What? Spilled ice cream? Oh no. Gold food? A castle? What in the world? Well, I guess you can find out where I am next up on... I am in the very small town called Gujo Hachiman in rural Gifu Prefecture. It turns out this town was the birthplace of Japanese plastic foods, the ones you see in all the restaurants. And here at this shop called Sample Kobo, you can buy all sorts of fake plastic foods. They look so real. You could buy enough to make up your own little setup in your house. From fruits and veggies to meats and desserts, you can buy just about any food and even super realistic drinks. There's a variety of product options including stand-up displays, keychains, hair ties, magnets, and even phone stands. It's really something else. By the way, plastic food replicas in Japan are called samples. That's why the name of this shop is Sample Kobo. Hey, there's a dinosaur on that ice cream. This is where that gold food was, by the way. Everything here is fake. And you can even take a workshop to make your own replicas. It's a good idea to take your watch off, that way you don't get wax on it. Anyway, you can choose from a few different foods to make and you end up with 3 or 4 total. And you don't make the food from scratch, that would probably take forever. So pretty much you choose existing food pieces and cover them with hot wax to make them look like they're fried to be tempura. It's pretty cool that you get to choose a big giant piece of shrimp. And lastly, you get to use green wax to make lettuce. This one you do make from scratch, it's pretty cool. And it's kind of fun to make, you get to wiggle it around in the water and then bunch it up. Look at it! It's a real big piece of lettuce! Well, not really, but you know. Curl it on up. Press it around. Shake out the water. Once you're finished, they have this whole retro restaurant scene that you can take a whole photo shoot in. How cool is that? They even have floating chopstick ramen. How cool! Wow! After you're finished with the workshop, you can go to the retro museum, and you can even get in this old truck, which I think is from the 70s, I forget the exact year. Anyway, there's lots of cool retro stuff here, like old gadgets, paraphernalia, games, movie posters, a whole bunch of stuff, and you can go in whether you did the workshop or not. Alright, now let me start showing you the town. We saw this street in my intro, let's keep going. I walked by this shop, and they chased me down and invited me in. They have this really cool back area. This building is apparently really old. Anyway, please take your shoes off if you come in here, but this is a really great opportunity to see a traditional Japanese room, tatami mats and the ikebana in the garden and everything. If you don't want to take your shoes off, that's okay. You can just walk around this back part of the house and see some ikebana. You can look at that room from the outside. You can see the structure of this old building and this old storage house. It was all for free. They didn't charge me. Okay, well, all that food sample replica making and walking around that cool house has made me pretty hungry, so let's get lunch. One of the specialties in Gujo Hachiman is kei-chan, which is pretty much this chicken dish with veggies that you can cook yourself. It's pretty cool. And you can get it with or without noodles, and I opted for noodles, needless to say. So you mix, mix, mix as it cooks, cooks, cooks. Oh man, yeah, put it on the plate. You can tell it's looking pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna try to give you a serving of everything in one bite. Let's see, can I do it? No, not quite. Oh, so good. Alright, well, let's get back to walking. So Gifu is one of the only 6 inland prefectures in Japan. You might think that being a mountainous inland prefecture that water wouldn't be very culturally important, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Rivers play a big role in Gujo Hachiman's history, and there are these little streams all throughout the town that you can see carp swimming upstream. It's a pretty big deal. Here you can buy food to feed them if you want. It seems like they're kind of congregating there. Maybe they're used to getting fed. Anyway, the rivers and carp are such a big deal that that's what the town's artsy manholes are of. I think it's very lovely, don't you? Behold, feast your eyes on the pure beauty of Gujo Hachiman. I mean, look, there's a shrine in a cave. How cool is that? So as I was walking, of course I'm hungry, and I noticed that there are homemade sausages made with local meats, and they even have deer sausage. How cool. I got to chatting with this guy, and he likes America and hot dogs, so he opened a hot dog stand. How cool. And no trip to Gujo Hachiman would be complete without a visit to the castle. The thing about Gifu Prefecture is, castles are usually on the top of mountains. And if you're sure of your footing, you can take this shortcut to get there more quickly, and voila! Ah yes, we meet again. You often have to take off your shoes when you visit castles, but this one you can wear them inside. Actually, this castle has a lot to say. Here, have a listen. But don't worry, it's structurally sound, that's how it's built. There's a lot of cool stuff to see, like this model and this armor and lots of historical stuff, and honestly, I found staring at the staircase pretty cool. People going up and down. This castle's pretty cool. You can walk around 360 whole degrees. And there's windows on every side, so you can really see every single side of the city, especially because you're at the top of the mountain. Here's a really cool map on the ceiling. And let's check the view. Wow. Let's head back to the city center. Wow, look at that cool food sample replica. Oh, okay, here's the visitor center. Let's see what's inside. Oh, here's more food sample making. It says this workshop is only 10 minutes. Good to go if you're in a time pinch. And they have a lot of other displays too. Giant foods. So next I want to show you this really cool cafe in this really cool old building. This is one of my last stops of the day. Take off your shoes, of course, and this is a wonderful opportunity to experience the atmosphere of a traditional Japanese room. You can see many features of traditional Japanese architecture, such as these alcoves for display, this hallway, which is called an engawa, this beautiful garden, and this bridge right next door along the river. It's just wonderful sitting here, even if it's rainy, especially if it's rainy. I got a parfait, and this little guy, this is the town's character called Gujo Hachiman. His name is actually a pun because it's the name of the town, but also man is like man, so it's like Gujo Hachiman. Anyway, let's look at the fluff of this parfait. Oh man. So actually the entire reason I came to Gujo Hachiman was for this American-style taiyaki. This might be the only place in Japan with taiyaki ice cream like this. I didn't take a video of that cafe, which I really regret, but I took tons of photos. Anyway, please go. I also somehow missed the local dance performance at the Town History Museum. It looked really awesome. I hope I can go sometime. This town was absolutely gorgeous and really enjoyable to walk around. Would you want to get off the beaten path and come to Gujo Hachiman? Be sure to check the video description for all the location details. Let me know what you think of the city in the comments below. And as always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Be well, my friends.